everyone, welcome back. So today we have a weekly collective reading. This is the third one on the channel, and basically we are going to tune in to the energies flowing around us right now, seeing what this week has prepared for us. And as usual, we have 8 key areas of life that we are going to check together. So we will check spiritual connection, love and relationships, career and finances, personal growth and well-being, and family and home, as well as creativity and hobbies, challenges, guidance and action. This is a collective reading on YouTube, so not every message will resonate with you. Take what feels aligned and trust your intuition to guide you. Okay, that's always your best compass. So, if you enjoy this reading, don't forget to like it, subscribe, leave me a little comment, share your thoughts in the comments, that would be great, and I'd love to hear what part resonated with you the most. Let's start. So let's actually start by taking one card from this oracle, the White Light Oracle, to see what's the overall energy for the week ahead for the collective. Is it from these ones? We go. We have number 11, Sacred Scar. I'm not sure I can show it fully on YouTube, but there you go. Let's check just quickly what says on the guidebook. There we go. And so here I'm just gonna read this part so we can get into the energy. And basically the sacred scar, it says, your inner and outer scars are marks of your soul's courage. They are signs of strength and survival, of your willingness to be alive. The sacred scar speaks of that which once caused pain being transformed into higher knowledge and inner power. Trauma shall be transformed through spiritual initiation, leading you from woundedness to wisdom. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You can trust your healing process and in the hidden higher purpose behind things happening as they do. You are strong and you shall flourish on all levels. And so, with this resilience energy, and this energy of trusting that even through struggle, which is not pleasant, we are being shown what we can learn, and we are learning as well to keep on moving on, right? And understanding how not to stay stuck in the pain or in the victim mentality of the process, but rather understanding that suffering is a way of showing us our potential as well, and helping us develop to evolve higher and higher, right, into higher and higher levels. Okay, so let's start to see what the cards would like to show for the first topic, which is spiritual connection. How's your soul's energy right now? What messages would like to come through? get this one oracle card, please. Okay. So we have the Seven of Cups, the Moon, Temperance, and Luminous Warrior number 32. Okay, so here this is showing with the Seven of Cups and the Moon that the path isn't crystal clear, right? Perhaps we are being given multiple opportunities or being shown different directions, or even, and a lot of them, they are not real, they are merely illusions, right? Pulling at our attention, and it can feel overwhelming because we can't see the full picture yet, and we have to use our intuition and our discernment in order to avoid pitfalls, right? And to make the right choice. And the guidance here is quite powerful, though. We have Temperance and we have Luminous Warrior. So Temperance reminds you that stillness, balance, and patience are key, rather than rushing to decide. You know, sometimes something seems amazing, and at the end of the day, it wouldn't be the best for us, right? So we tend to rush to grab it before it's too late, and we don't take the step back needed to assess if it would really actually be the best option for ourselves. And so we are being asked to pause, to center, and to let our intuition guide us. And the Luminous Warrior, it connects strongly with light workers and old souls energy, right? Those who are here not just to live but to illuminate. And for those who resonate with this energy, your path is often harder, right? You face more tests, more spiritual trials by fire, let's say, because you are being prepared to shine at a higher frequency. So the message is, this week, take a step back, center yourself, trust your inner light to guide you through the fog. You don't need to rush a choice, you don't need to rush a decision, and you don't need to fear making a mistake either. As long as you are in sync with your intuition, as long as you hear and you pay attention to your inner wisdom. The healing of your scars, as we saw here, right? Everything that we go through that is a bit unpleasant is actually preparing us for transformation, for higher levels of consciousness. So everything we go through, the healing of our scars, combined with the warrior spirit, is giving us the discernment needed to step forward when the time is right, to know which cup to take, to know which decision to make, to know which opportunity to say yes to, right? So I think this is the energy we have for this week when it comes to spiritual messages coming through. Let's move on now for love and relationships. Let's see now what's the energy surrounding love and relationships for this week for the collective. What message would you like to send us? Love and relationship this week. Love and relationship for the collective. I have the High Priestess. The cards are taking a while to come out. They come facing down. What are we not supposed to know? All good. So, Oracle card, we have Strategy, number 21. We have a lot actually. We have High Priestess, Knight of Swords, the Star, Death, Page of Coins reversed, Death reversed, Page of Coins reversed, Four of Coins, Knight of Wands, and Eight of Swords. Okay. Okay, so for love and relationships, we start with the Oracle card Strategy, right? And this is actually a reminder that in this week, love life is not just about emotions, it's also about clear intention, mindful action, right? Knowing what you want. And the reading starts with the High Priestess. So you already know something about your love life, whether it's the truth about a partner's certain behavior, a hidden feeling, a pattern that needs shifting, whatever this strategy is alluring to, you are already in the inner circle, meaning you already know. You already have an intuition, you already have a little nudge showing you what's going on, right? With the Knight of Swords here, it shows that there's an urge to act quickly, but the High Priestess is asking you to pause and to let intuition lead. So maybe there's something that is making you feel impulsive, or maybe you want to charge ahead, or something that is creating this sense of need to move. But the High Priestess starting the reading is asking you to take a step back, to listen to your intuition first. With the Star right after, this brings hope and healing, right? Suggesting that even if challenges arise, there is a higher alignment at play, right? There's a purpose to the struggle, let's say. Of course, if you are in a bad situation, you're not going to stay in the bad situation. You're going to have a clear intention to get out, and you're going to be showing self-love, right? Loving yourself and getting out of. But obviously we are not speaking about a specific situation, so you have to adapt to your own life. But with the truth is, with the Eight of Swords reversed, with the Death reversed, with the Page of Coins reversed, is showing that someone in a connection is trying to break free from a stuck cycle. But there's a resistance, right, to transform. So coming back to this Sacred Star card, this Sacred Scar card, I mean, scars, they are made in the struggle, but they are also where the light gets in. The resistance itself is part of the healing process, right? Transformation isn't always graceful. It's often uncomfortable, painful, resisted, but it's in that very resistance that the lesson deepens, that the lesson pushes you towards higher wisdom and strength, right? Let's say, for example, that you are in a relationship where your partner avoids talking about something, about feelings, about commitment, right? About whatever. And as a high priestess, you probably already felt this, right? Even before an argument started, but you already had your intuition was already warning you. And you may feel frustrated and you may want to push things forward or force them too quickly with the Knight of Swords here, but their resistance is part of their own scar, of their own fear of being hurt, right? Or for example, maybe you both keep repeating the same argument, right? Maybe I don't know, about attention or free time that you have for each other or whatever it is. And the High Priestess again shows you beforehand what's the root issue, right? But the Eight of Swords is showing that you are ready to shift out of the mental trap, but there's still resistance with death reversed, right? There's a resistance to fully change the behavior around this. And this is the kind of energy that we are seeing this week for love and relationships, which is a certain resistance to changing our attitude towards a certain situation. Then we have the Four of Coins, which shows holding on, whether to fear or comfort zones or control, right? And finishing here with the Knight of Wands, it closes the spread with fire and movement, right? It shows that despite the resistance, passion and forward motion are possible once the lesson of surrender and healing is embraced. For this week, the advice is to use strategy. So instead of rushing into another heated Knight of Swords moment, to plan a calm conversation, right? To speak your truth, to listen with empathy, to make a clear action plan for how both of you can move forward, for example. And for example, since I focused on relationships, but if you are single, right? It feels like this week love, it may feel close, but there's still hesitation to fully open up, right? And it shows that maybe old pain, old heartbreaks, old disappointments are still lingering, and that's what makes it hard to trust in a new beginning. And there as well, the sacred scar card, it reminds us that these past wounds, they aren't signs of weakness, they are proof of our strength and growth, right? They aren't either a prophecy that will happen again. No, they simply happened in our past, and now we can make different choices in the present moment. And as well, here you are being asked to allow yourself to move with patience and with strategy by releasing fears of what if it goes wrong. By doing so, you open space for healing, right? For hopeful energy, for the star energy to guide you towards someone who's aligned with you, right? And with your heart space. All right, I hope it was clear. Let's continue. Let's continue now for career and finances to see what's coming this week. We have Earth, peace and grounding. What's the energy this week for career and finances for the collective? Anything else for career and finances for the collective? Okay. So we have the Hanged Man reversed, Justice reversed, and the Five of Cups. All right, so starting with the Oracle card Earth with peace and grounding, this tells us that no matter what shifts are happening in your material or professional world, you're being asked to come back to stability, patience, and to trust the process. With the Five of Cups reversed, there's an energy of release and recovery, right? You may be finally be moving past disappointments or setbacks in your career or finances, and starting to notice opportunities you couldn't see before, right? And followed by this Justice reversed. Also, I find it cute, they have more or less the same color. So with this Justice reversed, it shows that maybe some of you may feel like things have been unfair. Perhaps you've been putting in the work and not seeing the rewards. Perhaps you've been sending tons of CVs and not seeing the rewards. Perhaps there's a situation with contracts or money or recognition that doesn't feel balanced. And with the Hanged Man as well reversed, this adds a certain layer of impatience. So wanting answers or progress now without fully embracing the lessons of pause and perspective, right? So together, they are asking you to stop fighting the stillness. This is a week to ground yourself, to focus on what you can control, and to release what feels unjust, knowing that balance will eventually be restored. Sometimes the more energy we put thinking, oh, I want it now, oh, when does it come, oh, should have been here already, or how can I do in order to get there, all of that energy, that dense energy, it's only going to create more distance between us and what we want to see manifested in our lives. The shorter path, and sometimes it's hard to rewire our brain to see that, but the shorter path is really to breathe, to calm down, to think as if you had already that in your life, right? To visualize the outcome already happening, to fully feel it. How does it feel? How will you move? How will you speak? How will you interact with it, right? Once the outcome is here, and to feel it as if it is already here, and be grateful for the fact that it is already here. This week, allow yourself 1 week outside of time to just experience this feeling. You are not chasing, you are not running after, you are not impatient because something didn't happen in the timing that you thought was the right timing. No, this week, no pressure. You just let go, you just breathe. Whenever you feel this anxiety, this pressure coming, you just take a step back, think about something else, think about how your outcome is already here and how happy and grateful you are for it. And you experience this different perception of things. and you give yourself the reward of letting this flow back into your life. Because if at the moment you are working in a job where you've been overlooked or undervalued, this week may highlight that frustration even further, right? Or if finances have been unsteady, this week might highlight that even more. So throughout the whole chaos, find time for your own peace, right? That's the most important. Find time for your grounding. Through the highs and lows, come back to your center. Trust that everything is happening for a reason. Trust that the struggles are bringing you somewhere that you couldn't get otherwise. Trust that everything is coming in divine timing. Sorry, and it is the perfect timing. All the struggles you are facing in your career, in your finances, they are marks of growth, right? They are shaping you into someone wiser, stronger, ready for higher opportunities. So this week, really give yourself some grounding time. Give yourself the luxury of fully trusting that someone up there, whatever you believe in, is in charge. This week you don't have to be in charge. This week you can fully relax. Your only job is to let this flowing energy back into your life. All right, I hope it made sense. I hope it was a good guidance for your week. And let's continue now for the next topic. Okay, let's see now for personal growth and well-being. What message would like to come through for personal growth and well-being? We have number 2, angel. Your angels are guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. Let's check with tarot. What's the message for this week? There are a lot of cards. I'll take the first one and the last one. I'm feeling called to. What can the cards tell us about this week, personal growth and well-being? Anything else? No good. So we have the Strength card reversed, the 3 of Wands, the King of Wands reversed, and Temperance reversed. Alright, so the guidance is coming from this Angel card. This is a reminder that even if you feel stuck, challenged, or overwhelmed, because so far love and relationships, a career, we can see some tension in this energy, in these readings, right? So if during this week you are feeling stuck or challenged or overwhelmed, always remember you are not alone. Okay, you are not sent to earth on your own and good luck to you, see you at the end of it. It doesn't work that way. You really come with a lot of support, and we do tend to forget about that, but it's important to know that we have a whole team helping us and guiding us, right? So throughout the whole week, remember that there is support around you, and spiritual guidance is always available to you. You just need to tune in, however that feels most natural to you. You can do it through meditation, you can go for a walk in nature, you can walk barefoot on the grass, you can close your eyes and just take a few deep breaths. You have to see how that works best, right, for you in specific. Starting the reading with the Three of Wands, it's pointing to the need to plan ahead and to broaden your horizons. So you for example, you may be standing on the edge of new opportunities for growth, but to step forward you must release hesitation and trust the path ahead. And here with Strength reverse, this is showing the feelings of self-doubt or lack of inner confidence, right? Or maybe even lack of patience or perseverance, or the self-discipline needed in order to move forward on this Three of Wands energy. As well with the King of Wands, it's showing a temporary loss of direction or feeling disconnected from your personal power, from your energy, from your empowerment, your leadership over your own life, right? And with the Temperance reversed, it shows this imbalance. So perhaps you are overextending yourself, ignoring self-care, allowing external pressures to disturb your inner peace, right? You have to see what it is that's creating this imbalance in your life. And through it all, as you go through these motions, through the motions this week, ask for help, ask for your energies to be balanced, ask for the necessary self-confidence and self-empowerment to move forward in this Three of Wands energy, because the potential is here, but it is this self-doubt, this lack of direction that is blocking the path. Take as well the time this week to deeply reflect on what truly nourishes your mind, your body, your spirit, and to gently release anything that drains you. Maybe you've been pushing yourself too much at work or school or relationships, or you've been neglecting your health. Maybe you didn't have time for it. Maybe you haven't taken the time to explore your creative passions, right? So this week, really take a break, realign, meditate, journal, spend time in nature, whatever feels right? And come back to your center, come back to your heart space in order to extinguish this doubt and to bring back this feeling of empowerment. All right, I think this is your guidance for personal growth this week. Take the time to really nurture yourself and to recognize the support that is surrounding you, okay? Let's continue now for the next one. Let's see now what's the energy around family and home. Mirror, mirror, the beauty you see in me is a reflection of you. Let's see what tarot can show us as well. Anything else for family and home this week? Any advice? the Hermit, the Magician, and the Two of Wands. And it's quite interesting because this morning I went for breakfast with my mom, and we were talking exactly about this, about mirroring, right? So when sometimes you get angry with someone, or you really don't like a certain characteristic of their personality, but not every time, but a lot of times you realize that is something that you also have, but that you haven't healed in yourself yet. Sometimes it's something that you didn't even realize that you have it in yourself yet. And once you realize that, it shifts, right? Otherwise you just keep meeting the same people, but like in different countries, in different scenarios, where you're like, I've seen this person before. It's exactly the same kind of behavior. It annoys me in the same way. How is it possible that I'm repeating the same experience? And once you realize why it triggers you, it dissolves. But the opposite is also true, which is the beauty you see in me is a reflection of you. So everything you see in the other that you appreciate, either you already have it or you have the potential to have it. Otherwise you wouldn't even notice, right? As the saying goes, the beauty is in the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? So starting your reading here with the Two of Wands, it shows that you might be at a crossroads or planning for future changes within your home or family life. So it's just really a reminder for you to weigh your options, to carefully consider the long-term impacts of your decisions, right? To take some time for introspection here with the Hermit. So taking a step back to evaluate what you truly want from your domestic life, your family connections, what kind of home life would be perfect for you. This could mean seeking quiet time to reflect, to meditate on your values, or reassessing boundaries. I feel like that has been the whole vibe throughout the different areas that we've seen so far, which is this week do take a step back just to organize what feels most aligned with you and with what you want for your life. And once you figure out what it is exactly that you would like to manifest in your home life, we have the Magician, which indicates that you have all the tools and resources to create a harmonious and balanced home environment, right? Your actions, your communication, your intentional energy, all of these can actively shape the family dynamics, right? That you wish to experience. So here with the Oracle card as well, this week is about noticing the positive, appreciating others, cultivating gratitude, and knowing that those things, those strategies, they can transform your environment, right? So overall, it's quite straightforward. It's really about awareness and reflection and using your personal power to create balance, right? And knowing as well here with the sacred scar, and knowing as well that past family dynamics or traumas or challenges, they can be transformed into wisdom, into compassion, into stronger bonds, into stronger connections with your loved ones. All right, let's continue for the next one. All right, let's see now for creativity and hobbies. We have give it time, everything in divine timing, let things flow. Anything else? We have the Sun card, 7 of Cups reversed, and 10 of Cups. Wow. So this is quite straightforward. This is once again about trusting divine timing, trusting the process, trusting the flow of life, right? Growth and success, they don't always happen immediately, right? Sometimes inspiration and results, they need space to develop, they need time to come into our lives. So trust the process and allow your ideas to unfold naturally. Because here is quite positive. We start with the Sun, right? Encourages joy, enthusiasm, keeping your vibe high when it comes to the things that you are passionate about, right? Usually hobbies, we don't do it for the same reasons we have to go to work, right? We even use different wording for it. I have to go to work and I get to do this on my free time. I don't have to do this on my free time and I get to go to work. Even if maybe we should also rethink the way we speak about our workplace, because it's still a blessing to get to go to work. So yeah, coming back, the Sun shows this optimism, right, in your creative endeavors. And this week, it's a great week to engage with projects and make your heart feel alive, right? Painting, writing, music, whatever calls you, right? Any form of self-expression, really, here with the Sun, because bringing light, bringing positivity, bringing this high vibe into your process, it will amplify your results. And the 7 of Cups reverse is showing that clarity is coming. So maybe you are coming out of a period where you were stuck on a project, or things were not really flowing, or your creativity was blocked. So here with this 7 of Cups reversed, you are coming out of this sense of feeling overwhelmed by options, or distracted by too many ideas, or not being able to see through one specific idea that you had. But now you are able to focus on what truly matters, right? So this is the exact moment where you will benefit from committing to 1 or 2 creative paths that resonate with you deeply, right? Rather than scattering your energy across different stuff. With the Sun, you can bring all this high frequency into the creative projects that speak to you the most. And then finishing here with the 10 of Cups, it's signaling fulfillment and satisfaction, right? Through your creative pursuits. So engaging in your hobbies, and it's a 10 of Cups, so it's engaging in your hobbies not even just for personal joy, but it can also have a positive impact on those around you, your community, your friends, your family, right? It's as if your creative energy can foster connection and shared happiness. So overall, for creativity and hobbies, you are being guided by clarity and by joy. So focus on that joyful feeling. Really feel it in your heart. Let it grow. Let it overflow to your Canva, to your book, to your computer, to whatever you use to create. Trust divine timing, right? Keep just focusing on what truly matters, and allow your creative efforts to lead to both personal but also shared happiness. And if we connect it here with the sacred scar, our passions, our creativity, they are a great way for healing as well, right? We can use this energy to help us overcome something less nice that happened in our life. A lot of great works of art out there, they come from this place of pain, right? But they are transformed, they are transmuted into something of high value. It's the alchemical lead to gold search, right? That transformation that we can do with our creativity and with our high frequency, heart-centered feelings. All right, I hope it's clear. It's in any case a great reading. Let's continue now. Let's see now for, let's move on to challenges and what to watch for. Let's see which challenges overall we should watch for. Okay. All right. We have 43, the unexpected. It's a blue moon. What can you show us with the tarot cards? Anything else? Okay, anything else? So we have the Seven of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. And here we have Strength, the Moon reversed, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so overall, the challenges this week are about how to react to something unexpected that happens in our life. Starting here, right, with the Oracle card, it signals that surprises may arrive this week. That's clear, right? Blue moon, once in a blue moon, the unexpected, things we didn't anticipate, things that we came out of the left field, we couldn't have predicted at all, right? And they have the capability, they have the power to shift our plans, our perspectives, right? And what's important to keep in mind is, and this will be the turning point on how you can react to the situation, is while these changes might feel sudden and unexpected and like they are creating chaos in our beautifully organized agenda, they are often opportunities in disguise, and they are often guiding us towards growth and deeper awareness, right? So here with the Seven of Wands reversed, it's a warning against feeling overwhelmed or losing our confidence in the face of competition or obstacles, right? So when something unexpected happens, we might feel overwhelmed, we might feel a bit stressed. How am I going to manage this now? Okay, as we've been seeing throughout the whole reading, the theme has been take a step back, take a deep breath. We are gonna find a solution. The solution will come to me. I can already visualize everything working out for me the best way possible. This that is happening is for my own good. I'm gonna learn a lot from this situation. That has to be the action reaction. That has to be the first thought. Is like, whatever is happening, it's working out for my best. Right? It's working out in my favor. So this week it's easy to let doubt creep in, right? And it's important to remember to stay grounded, to assert your boundaries, but also to remain flexible, because your boundaries, they might also shift a little bit, right? You might gain more terrain, you never know. With the Four of Pentacles reverse, it shows a need to release control or attachment, right? Because whatever might show up is going to impose itself. It's not going to ask permission to come in, right? It's going to be like, okay, I'm a new situation and I'm here. So release control. It's outside of your control. Do not waste your energy trying to control the situation. Rather trying to understand how to better manage your energy and how to respond to it in the most positive way possible, right? With the Nine of Pentacles, it shows that you already have the skills, the independence, the resources, the know-how to handle challenges, right? You know how to handle what's coming. So even if surprises come your way, your preparation, your self-sufficiency, they will see you through the situation. You just have to trust that. And here with strength, it encourages as well that same message, and encourages as well for having more patience, more inner resilience, right? When try to remember, there's a very nice sentence I read once, which was, give me a second, I'm gonna have to search it. Okay, I'm back. I couldn't find the exact quote. I found a similar one. I'll read to you as well, but the quote I was trying to find is something along the lines of, how you react when you don't have time to think is how you reacted when you had time to choose, right? When you had time to think about how you wanted to react. But I couldn't find it. But I found another one, which is, how you react in a crisis is the same as how you would have chosen if you had all the time in the world. But they both do speak about this idea of our automatic reactions, right? Especially under pressure or when something unexpected arrives. They reveal our true character, right? They mirror the choices we would have made if we had the time to reflect. And so that's why it's so important to know that you already have the skills, you already know how you are going to react, because all the things you've been learning, they will kick in the right moment. And that's also why it's so important in our day-to-day life, which sometimes seems a bit boring, to still be conscious of the choices we make time and time again, because when the unexpected arrives, we can trust our automatic response. We can trust that our brain will quickly adapt and turn this in our favor, rather than staying stuck in fear and in control and in this lack of adaptability, right? Hope it was clear. With the moon reversed, it indicates clarity emerging from illusions or hidden truths. So perhaps there are situations that once were not so clear, they seemed even confusing or a bit mysterious, right? And they may start to reveal their real nature. So really listen to your intuition this week, to your gut feelings, as they will guide you through any kind of uncertainty. And finishing your reading with the Knight of Wands, this brings energy, motivation, action. So far we've been speaking about the unexpected as even something not great, right? That arrives, that brings chaos, but it can be a great opportunity. I mean, if imagine you get a great salary, but it's across the other side of your country. It's great, but you still have to. Sorry, I think I spoke too fast. Imagine you get a great new job with a great salary on the other side of your country. That's great. That's amazing news, right? But still, you have to pack all of your stuff. You have to find a new home. So it still is unexpected. It still creates a bit of chaos, but it's something great. So let's not think automatically that this week something terrible will happen. I don't think that's the energy at all. I think the energy is actually quite positive. And here this Knight of Wands brings exactly that motivation and energy and high vibe frequency, right? So you might feel this determination to tackle your obstacles head on, or to pursue this new exciting direction, right? Just remember here, together paired with the moon, to balance your enthusiasm with discernment, to avoid rushing into situations in an impulsive way. So this week overall, avoid panic, instead channel your energy into strategic action. If something unexpected comes your way, if it's good, great, amazing, go for it. If it's bad, trust yourself. Know that is happening, as we had here the reminder with the sacred scar, is happening for your own evolution, your own growth. Your spiritual team is with you. You are not handling it alone. You can always ask for help. And more important, you can decide how to react to it, and that makes 100% of the difference on how you will perceive it and how you will manage it, right? So overall, the challenges this week, they do revolve around this unexpected change, the need for adaptability, trusting your intuition. So I would just say balance your courage with patience as well, and embrace this surprise as a chance for your own growth. All right, let's move forward to the last part, which is guidance and next actions, next steps. All right, so when it comes to guidance, which door is opening for us this week? Which action do you recommend? Ooh, door of learning, education, knowledge, study, mastery, development. Quite interesting, because I find it to be quite connected, right? Everything is a learning process, right? I believe we are here to learn, we are here to improve, and we can learn with all kinds of experience in our life. We can learn through love, we can learn through pain. So I think it's already showing how we can look at the week ahead as a beautiful experience to teach us something, right? To face the week ahead with an open heart, and as a student with a student energy, right? We are here to learn, we are here to improve, we are here to master something, and to develop our skills. That's quite interesting as energy. Let's see what Tarot has to say. good. Anything else for guidance for this week? Okay, so this was the first one to come out. It was the Hermit card. We have the Seven of Swords reversed and the High Priestess reversed. Then we have Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups has been quite a while, in a lot of readings, in 3 or 4 at least. Four of Wands reversed and Ace of Cups. Justice. The Knight of Pentacles and the King of Wands reversed. Just trying to make everything fit. Okay. Okay, so as I was saying before, Tarot, let's just start here quickly, the door of learning. It does signal a period of deep growth and mastery, right? And we do have 9 cards on the table, I think was the biggest, the highest number of cards that came out during this reading. So it's a reminder that you are being called to expand your skills, your knowledge and understanding, whether through formal study or self-education or real-life experiences. And so this is a time to lean into your curiosity, to take disciplined action, to be open to lessons that may challenge your comfort zone, right? So let's deep dive here. We start with the Hermit card. It was the first one coming out. This reinforces the importance of reflection and introspection, right? The need to carve out quiet time to assess what you truly want and which steps align with your long-term vision. And this Hermit energy is something that we saw throughout the different readings, right? Wherever, I think in almost all of the domains, except for the creativity and hobbies one, but I think in all others we had this energy of take a step back, listen to your intuition. So this week this is really key for you. And then we have this Ace of Cups showing emotional fulfillment, right? Can come from these new learning experiences, perhaps through mentoring or teaching or forming meaningful connections around shared knowledge. Maybe you find your soul tribe because you decide to study something that you've always wanted to study but never really started. So it really is about this shared fulfillment, let's say. With the King of Wands reversed, together up there with the Seven of Swords reversed, it's a bit of a warning to stay mindful of overconfidence or shortcuts, to take ownership of your work, to act with integrity, to avoid trying to game situations, you know. It's just a bit of a warning to not to fall on the other side of the scale where you are way too confident and then you kind of make mistakes because you are not aligned or centered. Then we have this energy here in the center of Four of Wands reversed, and this can show delays or disruptions in celebrating milestones. So reminding you that true mastery takes patience and persistence, but even more important than that, if we connect to the challenges reading, it makes sense that if something unexpected happens in your life, it creates a disruption. And it creates a disruption in celebrating a milestone. It could be because you celebrated before or after, right? But not at the time that you had planned. But it's not necessarily bad, if you know what I mean, right? That's probably a message not for everybody, but I thought it was still important to mention. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this calls for steady and disciplined progress, consistent steps. But the important thing is that you are taking the steps, right? Because each small step will lead to tangible results. And here with the High Priestess reversed, this is as well one of the energies, together with the Hermit, that has been present throughout the whole reading, which is do not ignore your intuition. Internal knowledge, inner wisdom, whatever you want to call it, your gut feeling, that's paramount, that's crucial for you this week, right? So make a habit out of tuning in, even if it's 5 minutes when you wake up or before you go to sleep. Just take a moment to tune in with your inner guidance, because this Seven of Cups energy has also been popping up throughout the different readings. So this week you will have to use your inner discernment. You're gonna have to use your intuition, your gut feeling, in order to know what's the right choice, because there seems to be a lot of different options or directions in your life this week, and you're gonna have to be wise in order to choose the right one. And finally, we ended the reading with the Justice, and this shows fairness, accountability, clear decision making. All of that will be rewarded. But if you are not fair, if you employ sneaky tactics or shortcuts, if you don't feel self-empowered, if you don't feel like you are a leader of your own life, if you don't use your intuition to make your decisions with discernment, then perhaps you won't be so well rewarded. Right? It's action reaction. It's how it works. So I think I have all the messages. Let me think. Okay, no, I think I mentioned all the points. Just to finish the reading here with the Sacred Scar, it reminds us that every challenge, every moment of discomfort, every delay, it's part of a larger process of strengthening and awakening, and we should always bear that in mind. Across your spiritual connection, love, career, personal growth, you are being called to trust your inner wisdom, to embrace your past lessons, and to take conscious, deliberate steps forward, right? And we saw this theme coming through all these domains of your life. So even when situations feel confusing or delayed or stuck, take a step back, breathe. Remember that the struggles are shaping your resilience and bringing you closer to alignment with your highest self. It's all a learning experience. The choices and the lessons that this week has in store for you will leave you stronger, wiser, more capable of creating the life you desire. All right, I hope this was clear. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I would really appreciate if you could like it or even leave me a comment. I would love to know what you think about it. And actually, I'm very happy because this week I got one more subscriber. So, you know, when it's a small channel, you get to see everybody, which is great. And so thank you in case you are watching. And to everyone who watches this now or I don't know, a few years from now, I wish you all the best and have a lovely day. Bye bye.